What's up?
What's up, Adam? It's been a long time, bro.
Fresh.
2019 is where we left off.
Thanks for the haircut today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me over.
You know, it's funny. Not the latest podcast I've done. 6:10 at the night.
This is the latest one?
No, I think one time I did one at like 2 in the morning. No, 12 o'clock. 12 or 2. I don't remember.
Were you hurting on that much content?
No, it was one of those nights where we were like partying downtown. And then we were like, let's go let's do a nightcap in the office. And then the nightcap turned to like, hey, let's turn the podcast stuff on. And then we just did a podcast at like 2 in the morning.
Word, spontaneous. That's the way to live.
It was one of the best podcasts ever that will never be aired.
So do this. Now I can see you.
Yeah, I know. I never know where to do with it, and then I touch it for no reason. Like I feel like the cool thing to do with these mics, I don't even know why, is like make adjustments on it when I don't even need to. Like I'll literally like make an adjustment for no reason.
I mean, I'm not saying you're nervous,
like,
but I mean, you're fidgeting.
Maybe.
Whatever.
So, why don't you tell people who you are?
What's up? It's Alan, aka Kid Cam, aka Did by Kid. I am back here with Adam Schwartz, my good friend and good client. And who has came a very long way, because I was your second podcast ever?
Second podcast ever.
Bro, didn't you have a different... I was watching your channel,
I did.
And you had a different sign.
Yeah, I used to be Resilient, because my company at the time was called Resilient, so that was a Resilient podcast. And then I started realizing... We were also doing the What's Good in Riverside podcast, but we weren't doing it as much.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why do I not have as many people on as What Good in Riverside? And then the reason I started realizing is I felt like the podcast room was off-brand.
Yeah.
And it was like... I was kind of like hated asking people to do like the What's Good in Riverside, but then it said Resilient behind it. So then I ordered a What's Good in Riverside podcast sign to.
That's
so
fresh. It's clean too.
This show is sponsored by Resilient Real Estate Group, powered by EXP. So, you're thinking about buying and selling soon? Yes, we know you probably know a realtor, your mom's best friend's cousin's neighbor, puts her face on the local shopping cart. But you know what? Our friends at Resilient Real Estate Group have helped hundreds of thousands of people sell houses over the years, and they definitely know what they're doing based on their 5-star review on Google and Zillow. So, it doesn't matter if you're looking to buy $1 million house or a fixer-upper, make sure the next time you're thinking about buying and selling real estate, you give our friends a call over at Resilient Real Estate Group. And now we're back to the show. It came out good. I'm kind of happy about it. So I'm looking forward to the next chapter in this place in about a year when we're out of here, and then we're going to have multiple studios.
Dude, that's going to be amazing, bro.
So I'll have different podcast rooms. So I'll have like a couch will be one podcast room, and then, we'll have like a table, like another one like we had in the other one. So just kind of switch it up. So each podcast will have its different stage, so that you're not confused on which one's which.
Bro, look how far you've come just by helping other people.
Yeah, man.
Even if it's not like realtor topic for other people.
How do you, if anyone hasn't noticed, Alan just got his fresh grill now. I don't even know. I would never even know how to buy one of those.
Gold Tings. Shout out to Gold Tings. Renee came through. Like, it's funny. In the chair when I was cutting your hair, you didn't even ask. Like, I had one previously, and then stupid me lost it. And instead of replacing it, I upgraded.
Is that real gold?
Yeah, it is, dude. Like, I don't know. It's something I wanted. I was telling you briefly before. I wanted it when I was like 15. So, like, I bought it at the age of 31. And I'm like, yeah, I fulfilled a teenage want that I always wanted. What an accomplishment. And I'm always smiling anyways. So, And then I'm just like, dude, 40, 50-year-old me is probably like, dude, that is the dumbest buy ever.
Well, yeah, you can't really sell it.
You can always melt it down.
Oh, you can melt it down.
Yeah.
So it's actual gold.
Yeah, dude. I just, me, advocate of hip hop. So like, my favorite rappers back then had it. So.
Do they get dirty like a? I feel like it's like a retainer.
No, yeah, it's actually really easy to clean them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like you're brushing your teeth or whatever.
Interesting.
Soft bristle though.
I've never thought about getting a grill.
I think it's a funny buy.
Well, it's branding. You know what I mean? You're the only hair dude that I know that has one.
I'm sure there's barbers that have them too.
I just noticed your beanies is your brand.
Yeah. Oh, let's go back to where we left off on the last podcast in 2019. I think towards the end you were like, well, what's your future plans? And I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep cutting and travel. So I did everything that we ended on. I started traveling, gaining some weight, the wrong type of gains.
Yeah.
Living life. I mean, obviously, it's 2019. This is like right before crazy lockdown time and everything. So I did everything, and I said, oh, I'm going to come out with T-shirts. And I did. I came out with T-shirts, tanks, beanies, and my awesome clients have been just, they were just like, yeah, that's the extra. I don't have overtime pay or hazard pay or sick. So they understand, they get it. And it's
merch is not cheap. I don't think people would process that.
No,
to
it's
buy a
not.
shirt, like there's not too much margin in a shirt. Like people think it's like, oh, dude, shirts like they're really not that cheap.
No, they're not. And people think we price point them for like, profit margin and whatnot. Like they think we're price pointing them like super high.
Yeah.
When it's like, well, try to brand yourself and make merchandise. You'll see, like you can't.
It's not that much, and then because you don't order the hard part. You don't order big enough orders. Like what people don't realize, the bigger the order is, the cheaper it is. But like, I don't need 10,000 shirts.
Yeah, I'm very local. I'm not the super cool.
I don't even need 50. I need like 25.
I do batches of like 60 and more. Yeah, but that's why I like come out with merchandise seasonally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I need to work on that though.
To do more?
Yeah, I wanted to come out with hoodies, which I missed last year, but I don't know. Like I said earlier, like being behind the chair and everything will always be the foundation. And you're a business person, so like you'll always have your foundation, and then you'll branch off into your channel, your merchandise, your whatever avenues to make more extra income. But
it'd be cool if you had
hard.
multiple people at the barber shop or at your spot, and they had characters too.
I guess
it could be like a gang. Like,
but then I wouldn't be so cool. Like
that's true.
It'll be like Pet Boys or something. Mm-hmm. Everyone has one.
Well, shoot, every time I go in there, you're the only person anyway. So I'm waiting for you just to become the owner of what is it? The electric chair? I don't even know what the name of the place is.
I'm still at the Electric Beauty Lab. The place.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Been there since 2016.
What is electric chair? Was that a clothing store?
No, I think there's an electric barber shop. I'm gonna say actually down the street from here. I think. But
is that what it's called?
I believe so. Because someone actually came to our salon one time and they were like, "Oh, is Albert here?" Or I don't know, whatever name.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Did you mean Alan?" And they're all, "No." Oh, maybe you yelped something different. And I guess it turned out to be.
What's the place right next to you guys? There's a barbershop right next to you.
Barber District.
Barber
Shout
District.
out to Clemente, my homie.
You've never thought about moving over there?
No.
It's super small, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been through this. I don't do barber shops, not because I'm not a barber. I don't feel like being a barber shop. Just like my girlies, I don't know if they can handle that shark infested waters.
How many on your ratio of men versus women? What do you think your numbers are?
I want to say I have 15 or 20% female clients.
20% female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm seeing them all this month. So.
Well, yeah, they're all getting dolled up.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll see them in February.
Yeah, for Valentine's.
Yeah, for Valentine's Day, you have like peaks. But I mean, most people. It's funny. Most people do not do they do one style. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to figure out which style is, not everyone can do what you do. Oh,
no. I mean, I specialize in cutting and styling, and that's it. I was that kid that first came out of school. I'm going to do everything and care about everybody. And it's funny, like the OG said, it's true. Like, you want to find your niche, whether it's color, wedding,
I think
cutting.
Color's the worst.
Dude, that shit's insane, bro.
Color's the worst. You make the most money, but it's the most stressful.
It is.
And it's the most time-consuming.
I know. I shout out to all my colorists. Yeah, man. Whenever I get color, I just refer to
You send it out.
Yeah, I send it out to Lavish. Shout out to my neighbors, Lavish. Love them, or just my hair bestie or whatever, because they're phenomenal at what they do. And for the previous coworkers that I had that used to do color, man, I used to watch how their clients are with them, and not to flatter myself or anything, but I'm just like, dang, me and my clients, we're in harmony, and I'm like. I don't know.
Well, the hard part about color is I have a little hair background. Color, I think, is this issue because you come in with an expectation of what your hair is going to look like color-wise, and sometimes your hair just can't get there, especially sometimes in one day.
Oh, yeah, multiple sessions. It's definitely a science. I've dabbled with it, and I'm like, wow, I'm just going to give them to the girls that are good at it.
Yeah.
For me, if I were to do it, I would do it for fun and obviously on off hours. And I would do just the vibrant punky color, just bleach the crap out of it, and then throw on some wild color and have fun. But that's it.
You haven't colored your hair in a while.
No. Dude, I miss doing my beard. Remember?
Wasn't it green?
It was green. I normally do green for the holidays, but I don't know. I might do it.
Do it again?
Possibly. I don't think it's long enough. But
that's the thing that was popular on YouTube for a little bit, with people in my space, like Ryan Pineda and Meet Kevin and guys like that. They would color their hair crazy colors.
Yeah.
Because then their thumbnails were brighter. I'm like, but I can't do my hair a crazy color. It wouldn't work.
Dude, I did bleach blonde when I was 13 years old. That's when it first started. Had no idea what to do hair for a living.
Really?
Yeah, man. You know that era.
Dude, hair's crazy, man. It's a thing that takes so much work and it's so undervalued because
Oh,
like
no.
it can literally like make or break you, and always have like a big event too.
I guess it depends on the person you are and like where you're going about in life and everything. But one of my philosophies I always tell clients is just like, I always say, always have fun with your hair because you never know how long you're gonna have it for.
I know. I get worried I'm going bald sometimes.
Dude.
There's moments where I look in the mirror after getting out of the shower. I'm like, oh shit, I'm thinning, and then I'm like, no, I'm not. And then I'm like, oh shit, and then
No, you're not, bro. Trust
No.
me. I would tell you.
I know, but like
you're
there's
good.
moments
You're
where
good.
like maybe my hair's too wet or something. But what's crazy is people always thought I'm balding because of my lanes. I'm like, I've never
Yeah.
had hair there anyways.
Oh, don't worry. Under this beanie, I have little nice little corners hiked up too.
Would you, if you were started to lose your hair, would you shave it, just pick it, or would you get plugs?
I'd probably do something funny. I'd probably Kimbo slice it. Like let's say all my hair up top got bald. I'd grow out the side. I just put cornrows and braids.
Yeah,
on the
just
side.
braid it on the side and
Just
leave
be
the
bald.
top.
Yeah.
I think I would get plugs.
Oh man.
I think I'd just finally do it.
I mean, if
Do you work with anyone that gets
if-
plugs?
I actually do. I have a couple clients.
Can you tell the
No
difference?
names. Actually, I didn't until they said something. But
That's
you know what?
good.
You know, I think I have an eye for it now, but only
Before?
only because they said something about it. But before I couldn't.
You
tell.
can't tell. Like I got like 5
Yeah.
buddies that got it, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of forget they even have it now.
Yeah. Real quick, just remember.
Yes.
I know it's genetics, diet, and stress for everyone, man, woman, everyone that's balding out there. Just remember.
It's
that.
genetics.
Yeah. All that.
I mean, like, there's people. It's like there's some things you just can't do with it.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're healthy as shit. Not
Yeah.
stressing, but still.
They just lose their hair.
Yep. You know.
So why have you never tried to like take over a salon, build your own salon?
Cause, dude, since we left off, like, obviously we know the big pandemic happened and everything, and I actually, the money I was saving up for that was like my little
Little nesty.
my little nest, my little cushion, and at the time I was just like, we're all gonna die anyway, so like I just started traveling and eating and just living my best life, and here we are 3 years later, and I'm spending my money on dumb grills and dumb stuff,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh, we're not dead yet, so maybe I should start like actually being a little more serious and stuff.
About
So,
doing more.
yeah. So currently right now is like year of the upgrades. Just dropped like 3Gs on a laptop to get into other things that will obviously boost the business, but also, I could always
So it
dabble
goes
into
back.
something else.
That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
Not right now business, but later on business.
Absolutely.
It's just so hard, man. People don't realize like creating content and doing your own job. Like I was talking to an artist today. We were on the podcast and we were talking. She's like, "Yeah, you have to be your own social media marketer now. You have to be this. You have to be that. You have to be all these things." And it's like, I tell her, I was like, doesn't it feel different when you had Instagram, but now Instagram is work? Like it's such a different thing to like be like, oh, I haven't posted in a week. Like it's so much different than when it's not part of your job. But you don't really need it anymore. Like
No,
your
yeah.
clients, you have the client base to not have to
Dude,
like
they're
be
the
pumping it as
fucking
much.
best, bro. Like we talked about before. I get it if you're starting out with any business. Like, I thought it was just a hair thing. No, it's all businesses.
It's
like,
everything.
You're the marketing promoter, director of that. You're everything. The CEO, the janitor, all that shit. But now it's just like, because I booked out, because my books are pretty much full now, and I feel like I don't have to be as engaging on social media. And I'm actually, I would tell you right now, honestly, Adam, I'm so much happier now. Not that I wasn't when I was doing it. It's just like,
It's a lot of work.
it's like putting the personality out there, and all the marketing has paid off. Where I could binge post. I'll post like 1, 2, 3
In a row.
times in a row within a span of a week or 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm good. People know what I do.
Yeah.
People know I'm always up to something, having fun, or doing something that's gonna be associated with hair. So,
Dude, I'll tell you what, I listened to an amazing podcast yesterday with Ty Lopez.
ooh,
Dude.
is he still relevant?
No, not really, but he did a podcast yesterday on the cold coffee hour. I want to say the coffee hour, something like that.
Bro, I need to hear this because all
With
these
Graham
gurus, man.
Stephan. And dude, it was like it was like 2 hours long. I have never really been a Ty Lopez fan, but like
Same.
it was like the most interesting. Like that dude is such a smart, interesting guy. Like when he says he's like, how he popped off like I love knowledge or whatever. Like he really does know like a lot of stuff. Like he does read a lot of books. Like, and he was talking about the 4 pillars, and in the perfect world in life is like how you balance like your health, your money, your relationships, and then your happiness, and like how to figure out the ways. And then he's like so honest. He's like, yeah, he's like probably the only time I ever felt like it was like I was really, really close to like Harmony was like 2013. And then in 2014, I blew up on YouTube. Then it was like All About Money, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then he's like, now I'm trying to like get back, but it was like such an interesting conversation of him being like how to figure out the balance of all four things, and that the goal should be to figure out everything. He's like, the problem is we just go too extreme normally, and then we normally just go back, like you're all about money and work, and then your health falls apart and your relationship falls apart.
Then you're back at the gym.
And then you go back the other way, because then you regret like not having friends or health or whatever. And he's like, to be able to like balance it is like, he's like, is the most interesting meta way to like, how do you figure out how to balance everything? He's like, it's so hard. It's literally like and then I didn't know this, but he was like, lived with the Amish for like 2 years, I think he says. And he goes, I was so happy living with the Amish. He goes like
fulfillment.
He's like, you're part of nature. You're working. You don't have distractions. He's like, and it's weird. He's like, no one like argues. Like you'll never hear someone get in an argument in the Amish world. He's like, no one gets in arguments. No one raises their voice. No one yells at anyone. Like
there's less things to be focused on.
He's like, it was like the greatest. He's like, it was awesome. He was like, but yeah. If you want to hear a great podcast, check out, just type in Google, YouTube, Ty Lopez. That was a great podcast. But it goes back to like the balance and how did you balance everything. And like, he even says, he's like, I don't spend time on social media. He's like, I go there every once in a while, just kind of like.
Well, then he has a team though, right?
Yeah, I mean, dick around, but I don't think he even posts that much. I don't know. I need to follow him now. Now I'm actually really interested.
But it paid off because, like, remember he used to blast YouTube all the time and whatever.
Well, because back then when you really think about it, no one was doing it.
Yeah.
Like that's something else he said. He's like, you got to get to something in your industry before anyone else gets to.
Absolutely.
Like that's probably how for you, like with the branding, right? Like
thing,
like Did by the Kid. Like no one really had like a stick. No, I don't think really anyone else has a stick, like, and it like flows really easily too.
Yeah, because it's not only who's kid and what did he do?
Yeah,
it's not necessarily a hair thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Back to the whole balance thing you were saying. It's just like, bro, like I think me and you are like the perfect examples of that. And I'm not trying to flatter us or whatever, but we've seen each other go through hell with work and being busy, our health and like fitness and whatnot. Like I've been on both sides of the scale.
I'm on the other side right now. I know that's right. But it's like, I guess it's all about like finding the things that will motivate you in life to stay away from the negative outcomes, I think that's the biggest thing, is not figuring out why don't you stick to something, but figuring out what it will take for it to make you to stick something. Because there's always some type of factor that is causing you not to do it. Like for me, but I think I'm going to do 20 What's Good in Riverside podcast this month, I think. Obviously, hands down the most podcasts I've ever done in 1 month. And I went from not being able to, not trying or asking anyone to be on the podcast because I wasn't confident with even though.
Oh, you got them lined up now.
Even though like, not to my own horn, but like this is probably the best podcast room in Riverside. Like quality wise, mic wise, lighting wise, camera wise, like we're pretty close. I haven't seen anyone else better than us in Riverside.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, but but I was still not confident with the off brand of the sign. And now I was like, okay, cool. Buying the $800 new neon sign has took that hiccup away from me stopping from doing something. I said, so that's the biggest thing. Like, I think it is like, what is stopping you? What can you buy? What can you do? Who can you bring in? Like to stop them making the excuse for not doing what you want to do.
Year of the upgrades, bro. $800 scissors, $400 blow dryer. Like
I do love your blow dryer.
Yeah.
I need to get a new Dyson vacuum. My one's broken at the house.
I thought you were about to say I need to get a new Dyson blow dryer. I'm like, dude, you got one?
No. You know what's funny is every time I was at Best Buy yesterday looking at vacuums, and I saw, and every time you're the only person I've ever seen have one. So it's like when I see it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I really want to get a Dyson fan. I don't know why. I don't even think I need it, but it's like I love Dyson so much because I think it's so bougie.
Bro, it goes back to what you always talk about, branding.
Yeah.
Do you know how many hairdressers tell me like, oh, have you heard of this new one? It's half the price of the Dyson. It works just as good and blah, 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 which is cool. To each his own. But then like there's always, but it's not a Dyson.
Yeah, it's not a Dyson.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like these stupid mics, these SMSB.
You know I can waste no time, because I gotta keep it tight. I'm in my bag, got my eyes on the price. You know I can waste waste no time, cause I gotta keep it tight. I'm in my bag, got my eyes on the price. You know I can't waste no time, cause I gotta keep it tight. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me.
Aren't these the Rogan ones?
These are the Rogan mics. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the only reason I bought them, they are really good mics. Yeah. We could have probably bought other mics that are as good as, but just the look of them and like when people walk in, they've seen these mics on the Rogan stage. It kind of connects it as like, oh, these are as good as, the equipment here is as good as this. So it's like just trying to figure out ways to bring up the professionalism, to give the confidence to your client that you actually know what you're doing before you even sit in the chair. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something that's overmissed.
Trusted brands, bro.
Exactly. So for you, like, moving forward, like, obviously you're pretty tapped out on people.
Yep.
You know? So, like, what's the next step? Like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people that want to get into hair, but then they don't really think about, like, they're more worried about getting their first client or their first 10 clients. They don't really think about, like, what do I do when I have maxed out my book?
Right.
What's the next step?
Well, obviously, I'm going up again for the new year. So, short hair, long hair, all appointments are going up. Weeklies will they're going up too, but they'll still have like their weekly price.
Mm-hmm. And how do you justify price raises? Like percentage wise, or?
Obviously, I justify price raises by equipment that I have to invest in, the demand, obviously the economy, and like what's being charged around and whatnot. So
that's what I'm saying. Do you talk to other barbers? Like, what are you charging right now?
No,
you just kind of.
Here's the secret.
Yeah.
I just look it up.
Oh, look it up?
Or call. How much for the?
Oh, you just call people?
You know what I mean? No, I'm nobody. I'm like, hello, how much for a haircut?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, bye. They don't know who did my kid.
Well, the crazy part about it is, like, I mean, it's been so long that I like walked into like a Fantastic Sam's or something. Like, I don't even know what they charge.
Better be, because I'm your own.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't even know what they charge anymore. But it's like, it's so funny. Like, I'll tell people what I pay for a haircut, and they're like, "You pay that much, bro?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Tell them it's about to get worse.
I was like, I just tell them I'm like, you're paying for more. I was like, there's your issue. Like, you're so short-sighted on the aspect of like what you're paying for.
Yeah.
You're not just paying for the haircut. You're paying for everything. But what's crazy is, I remember what year was this? 2000 and were you cutting hair in 13?
I was not cutting hair in 13.
So 13, I'm gonna say between 13 to 14 that year. I remember some guy came in and did a not like class, but like kind of showed off. What would you call that? Like
showcase?
Yeah, showcase. Did a showcase at a shop. Susie was at, and he was charging like $85 a haircut.
Good for him.
For a male cut. But he was like from New York or something.
Yeah.
And I remember her saying like, there's no way I ever could charge $85 for a haircut.
She said that.
Yeah, I was like, you could.
You can.
I was like, I was like, there'll be a time where like you'll pay $85.
Yeah.
Like people sooner or later, like if you increase the service, people will pay $85.
It's okay. So yeah, it comes down to customer experience, quality of your cut, whatever, right? But it also comes down to the clients. What type of clients do you have? Do they value their time enough to be like, dude, I'm someone like Adam. Dude, I got to go here, this, I'll pay whatever to get my time in, get my cut, and keep it pushing. I got shit to do.
Well, then like for me, like walking, it's the consistency, knowing it's going to be done right.
You already know
it's already going to be done right. You don't have to ask me what I want. You know what I want. Like, it's just go. Exactly. Like, it's like, okay, go. Where it's like, if you walk into some place, it's always someone different. It's like, oh, what do you like? Oh, what do you like this and what do you like that? And it's like, dude, I don't want to have the time to explain these things.
Yeah.
I will say it, and my girl would really wish I would get haircuts like every week.
Oh.
If it was up to her, she'd be like, you're cutting every Tuesday.
Me and your girl are best friends now.
Dude, she gets so mad at me. She's like, when are you gonna get a haircut? She gets on me more than she's the reason I come in. Like, she'll be like, you need to book a haircut.
But you know what? That's why we have a cool ass relationship, because as much as I know, like, I would love for you to be there more often. You're like, you can always just call him, like, oh, and then you also know, like, man, I better hit him up before I get asked out. Like,
well, yeah. Well, and then for me, it's just like, it's just time. It's just like one of those things, like, what is the balance of like time versus getting it done and then driving there and then turning and driving? Like, I mean,
you make your route.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want to.
Did you do that one in your haircuts where you had like your golf clubs with you?
Yeah, I did.
And your suit and tie?
Yeah. Literally, it's like
Dude.
but for
Oh my
me,
Lord.
like, I'll seriously probably get at a point where, like, I'd like to get to the point where it's like I'm your Monday cut and you're like coming to my place, like, hey,
Yeah.
I need you to come cut me up. Like, I think that's the thing that people don't process is like
No, they don't.
the ability to have life a certain way cuts down on all the little things that annoy you.
Yeah. So shout out to Preston. Let's talk about that. Last year, Christmas Eve, I told him, bro, that's $150. And he's like, when you're doing off hours or private time, you're not going against the demand of other clients. You're
Yeah.
going against my gym time, my family time,
Yeah.
all that. So that's where that's where that's at. And then you have to kind of decipher separating business and friendship at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you start out as a barber and hairdresser, you're trying to figure out what your worth is and how much you should charge, whatever. But then once you do it for a while, you actually tell the client determines like how much you're worth. Like, I mean,
The market will
yeah,
always determine. Like, that's the thing
exactly.
too. Is
Your
like
demand will,
the
basically.
market will determine, aka the demand will. Like, if you rate prices too high, like it's so funny, right? Like,
Yeah.
I sell houses, so it's a bigger asset, but literally it's all the same thing. Like, it's never like it's all the same thing. We just don't want to act like it is. It's like if I could buy something the same as this but way cheaper, I'm gonna go buy the way cheaper thing. If it's the same value, same everything. So for like what people don't get is like if I'm only offering this but I'm trying to charge this, you have two choices. You got to figure out a way to bring up your service to that level of getting paid, because there's always someone out there that will pay for it.
There's other realtors out there. There's other barbers and hairdressers out there. What makes Adam Adam, and why,
Why
all that.
come here?
Yeah,
Dude, I'll tell you what, that's
exactly.
the big thing we've been working on this last probably when we were talking when we got a haircut today is like not now business but like later business, and like that's something we've been
Now,
working
later,
on.
and then
We're working on like what service how do we increase our service to
Our
a level that can't even be like even touched. Like, that is all I've been thinking about lately is like, what is the level that people would like, yes, it might cost us some money in the short end in transactions, but make us way more money in the back end. It's like we were thinking about like, we're even breaking down like we're after you close a house with us, like 60 days later, we pay for you and your significant other an Uber ride and a nice dinner to celebrate just for you two.
what other realtors doing
Exactly.
that?
So those are the
Nobody.
things like that we're like, okay, like how do we increase the service when most people are just trying to survive? We're like, okay, let's like make this like the greatest experience of all time, because it
have to,
freaking
bro.
sucks.
Bro, no one has like. I'm
No one
not saying
wants
no
to-
one has money, but like it's tough right now.
It's tough, dude.
Everyone.
It's hard. It's never, I mean, and then it's like we all go through like, we all go through some times, but the times, the thing is what people don't realize, like these are the times that you actually want, because it makes you force yourself to get better.
Yeah. By
If
default.
you just keep making money and everything's fine, you're not going to change. So it's still things get tough, and then you kind of have a little downtime. Then you got to make an adjustment. Like during COVID, like you guys were like, "Oh shoot, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna survive? How are we gonna, you know what I mean?" And the people who made adjustments were the ones that survived.
Dude,
Because
like,
how many people do you know? A lot of people that bailed out.
Okay, yeah, a grip. So, a client maybe not feel bad about this. I don't know if you went through it either or whatever. Let's rewind a little bit back to those crazy times. It was so uncertain that I ghosted for a minute. I think everyone did to a certain
Dude.
extent. My shout out to Clash World, like my good client. He goes, Alan, don't worry about it, kid. Like seriously, I just shut off my social media. You had back to mental health thing.
Yeah.
It's a topic that will never like be, not. We'll always talk about that, but it's like, so the pro and con of the lockdown is like it forced everyone to, like, I don't know how to say this, but like it kind of filtered by default for me. Like you kind of ghosted for a little bit and then you jump back on, and then some people took it a certain way, but then the people are like, it's cool, man. You had to do what you had to do. Are you back now? You cutting now? All right, I'm back there. You know what I mean? And then obviously some people, and it's nothing against them, they're gonna be like, oh man, this guy wasn't chimed in on his social media and didn't talk to nobody. And So
It's
Yeah,
hard,
man.
man. Like there's some people like you're just going at such a million miles a minute. Like it just sometimes you gotta like check out, and it's like
yeah.
you got so many things going, and it sucks because people take it personal But it's like, dude, I
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
like sometimes like for me it's like today, like I just remember before you came on, like, oh, I forgot to text this person. I got to text them, like, and then I shoot them a text, and it's like maybe they get upset. I text them at 5:30 at night. I don't know. Maybe they're like, oh, I thought we were gonna talk at blank amount of time. You know what I mean? So it's just, dude, it's tough, dude. It's tough to balance, and you know, and people who work 9 to 5s, W-2 jobs that don't have to worry about customer service, like,
oh yeah,
clock
in, clock out.
Yeah, it's an
I miss that.
It's like you know, people that just sit in front of the computer. It's like it's an element that you don't even process. The level of like, not nerves, but just like double checking yourself. Like, did we do this right? Did I do this right? Did I post this right? Did I treat this client right? Oh, I'm in a bad mood right now, but I gotta walk in and put my smiley face on because I don't need, my client doesn't care what's going on with me. They want to cut a good, like you busted your arm the last week. You know what I mean?
My wrist, yeah.
Yeah, you busted your wrist. Like clients are like, yo, I still need a haircut. I got an event. I gotta go. You know?
I had to reschedule all my long hair clients. Remember, I was cutting your hair all funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do actually. Let me tell you, I want to say you do a fair and decent job of that. Anyone that's trying to contact Adam, he's not ignoring you, because half the time he's in my chair, and I'm not offended. He's answering phone calls, and he goes, "Sorry, dude," and he puts his he throws his cell phone down. He's mad at you, but he's like, "I feel like I'm ignoring my barber right now. Like I don't mean to."
Well, it's hard to like you want to be in the moment, but then it's like, but then you have the anxiety of that phone ringing, where you're like, I got to get to that. And then it's hard, especially like for me, it's like when it gets to the end of the day, and I hate wintertime because it's different. Like 5:30 in the summer when it's light outside doesn't feel as weird as 5:30 right now when it's dark.
It's a whole different world right now.
Like,
is it midnight right now?
No, exactly. Like it's weird. It's the same time, but because the sun's not out, I feel awkward reaching out to people.
Yeah.
But if the sun was out right now, I'd be like, oh, whatever. It's 5:30.
Because we're thinking they're at home. They're done with their day.
Yeah, but they'll be done with their day with the sun out. It literally makes no sense to me.
Right.
It's actually, I never thought about that until right now. I really have never thought about that. How like wintertime, the days are so much shorter, so you feel like your window to contact people is so much shorter.
Oh man, yeah.
Because I mean, you know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, it's dark outside. It must be late. When it's like, well, it's 5:30. If it's 5:30, you know, what's the difference?
Yeah, seriously.
So for you, like, what moving forward, like, is it going to be okay? You got the new laptop. Like, is it going to make more content or?
It's we'll make more content. Probably chop this up what we're doing right now. But also gonna start taking online courses. Basically, want to relieve what my friends and networks or resources that I have now, kind of relieve them a little bit, because I have a sticker guy, I have a merchandise dude, I have my brother and my other friend, my camera people. So I just want to learn a little bit more. It's kind of not really take on that job, but kind of relieve them.
So you can just edit just enough to like.
You know what I mean? I'm not Ty Lopez where I have a whole ass team.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice to have that. But even then, even if you hire a team, you can't duplicate another Adam. You can't duplicate another.
Well, it's like I do have a team, man. I got 5 employees, and it's very difficult because like some guy named Dan Beer that I know is a pretty high up realtor. He once told me, he's like, I think I could put a sign in front of a house better than anyone else. He goes, I think I'm the best at that. I think I'm the best at everything. That's the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
But I had to come to terms like 80% is good enough. Same thing with me, like with Adrian. Like there's sometimes like I'll watch a video and I'm like,
you would go about it differently.
I would go about it differently. I would have done it a little bit differently. But then I look at it and I'm like, it's good enough to put out. It's not make or break.
Just because it's not 100% me.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's not good.
Like even like graphic designs, like someone will do like we have a team, a girl that does our thumbnails, and there's sometimes I look at it where I would have done it differently.
Absolutely.
But it's like, is it worth the time to send back? Change, send back. Like, no, it's not. Just like, back and just go. Just put it in. Absolutely. So even having that, but like I have luckily known enough skills where I can like hop on iMovie. So sometimes I'll hop on iMovie and chop up a vlog for Adrian, and then give that chopped up product for him to just like clean up.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but like, that's what I'm actually going to get into, because I know a little bit enough to chop up for my own pieces of content. Well, you know what I mean? I chopped up our old podcast.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I plan to do with this one too, but it's like you just want to know. Like I said, you want to know enough. I can't afford a team right now, so I want to like put my.
But well, then what's like the main goal to like wanting to do it? Is it to like get more following? Is it to get a bigger brand? Is it to sell merch more, or is it just to do
overall, just to like keep the. Once the clients rearrange and change, I already know who my lifers are, but once newer clients and whatnot, they're still gonna want to consume content. Mm-hmm. My people that's been with me forever, they know a lot about me.
Yeah.
It's more for like the newer audience. Obviously to push the more merch and everything. So in general, it'll help other aspects. So that's pretty much what that's for until the day comes where I'm just like, okay, let's finally open up a salon or something.
Do you think, in real estate, like there's going to come a point for me where like I'm just the face. I don't even touch deals anymore. Do you think that's possible in like the salon or barbershop world where like the owner is like the face and then people hit you up to get their hair cut and you spin them off to one of your stylists?
Yeah. What about that? Do you think
that's possible, or is it too more like, because I struggle with this, like, well, no, I want to work with Adam.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I can't be everywhere, but I'm still involved. The difference between you is like you're like, what if that person doesn't cut the hair exactly the way you cut it?
Yeah.
Like, do you think that's a possibility? Is that a struggle? Like, do you think most people will be like, okay?
I think it's possible, but I also think it's a struggle. I'm sure, because you can't duplicate someone's personality and their customer service. You can come close. You could teach them technical abilities to cut the way you do. Like, everyone's an individual. So if I have like good graces with people and they know me, like, let's say even if I didn't do the hair, they're like, oh, I like Alan, like he has a salon now. Oh, I'll go there.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I don't do the hair, they'll still want to do business with me. So yeah, you could do that where you're the face and people will want to do business with you. Like, oh, I remember Adam, he has this now, so I'm going to go there and help support, because it's still supporting and just in a different way, right?
Different way.
Yeah. So, but I've heard from other people that's in the hair game for a long time. It's like you struggle in the beginning of your career to get all these clients. Then you make so many clients, and then it's reversed. Then you're trying to higher the price and lower the clientele.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Get rid of them, and it's like you would never even think like, why would I ever want to get rid of clients? Like,
yeah, why would I ever turn people down?
Exactly.
Do you
demand?
Yeah, in the perfect, when that time comes, if you do, or say you just had like a one-man shop, what would it be? What would be something about that you would want to put in your spot that you currently don't see people have?
What would I put in my spot that I don't see other people having?
Yeah, like,
you know what? I don't know if other people don't do this, but okay, so I'm either going to go either one-man shop or, if the price is right and I'm cool with the salon, I do not mind like booth renting at all, as long as they let me be me. And that's why I've been at my salon for so long. However, if I were to do something that I think would be different, instead of just decorating something like my personality, it's about me. I know most business would probably be like, oh, it's about the client, whatever. But I would make it, I would make it about my clientele. Like, so it would be blasted with Adam stuff on my wall. It'd be Kramer's coffee on the wall. It'd be like whatever. Like, so like I said in our previous podcast, I'd keep everything within and keep the business circulating.
So it'd be like that wall behind you, like above you.
Let's say if you said like, oh, you can donate like something like a figure or something that. So when they come into my place, they're like, oh, this is home. Like, this is
got it.
I belong. Like, see that chair? I donated that to Adam. Like,
I see what you mean.
Kind of like a housewarming type deal, I guess.
Yeah, kind of like so everyone kind of has their own piece there.
Yeah, something. I'd do something like that. You know what I mean?
Have a little more character.
Yeah, because other than that, honestly, the kid is just, I'm another, I don't know, hairdresser, barber, but I'm just another personality. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm selling myself too short. Maybe I'm not just another personality. But there's a lot of people that do hair out there, and I'm one of them. But I'm just someone that's truly passionate, enjoy the people that sit in my chair, and people rotate out, and lifers are lifers. So.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about, there was a long time we were talking about building a salon and like what we would do differently than everyone else and what I would bring to the table and things like that. Like, I think there's a few things I would add differently to a salon if I owned my own salon.
What would you do differently?
I think one, I would literally have someone on staff as a photographer at all times. So like every person in the salon, you'd have a photographer to take photos before and after.
That's a good one, because every single barber hairdresser right now is their own
photographer.
They're the technician of everything.
So then I'd have my own one. That would be one thing, and then two, and we would still shoot on a phone, but would have like I have special lenses for my iPhones. I have certain things like that. So for my vlogging iPhone. So for me, like I would build out like the most badass iPhone that we could shoot photos and instantly put on social,
like a community cell phone or something.
Yeah, but I would have a photographer doing it. But I would want it to be on a phone so you could instantly post it.
I think what you're doing is you're putting the convenience in. Not that you're not original, but like, because I've seen some salons that they have like a dedicated.
But like,
selfies.
I would have someone there.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it for you.
That's the difference, because they have the lighting, the setup, the
I would
backdrop,
do someone for it.
and all this.
And then the other thing would be is like I would use more of the technology side that we use in our business, like where
You know I can waste no time, cause I gotta keep it tight. I'm in my bag, my bag, my bag, my bag, got my eyes on the price. You know I can waste no time, cause I gotta keep it tight. I'm in my bag, my bag, my bag, my bag, got my eyes on the price. You know I can waste no time, cause I gotta keep it tight. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me.
where like we would be playing more offense, meaning like instead of we'd have it like all automated where it would be like, hey, Alan, checking in. It's been 3.5 weeks since you've been. I know, and I would see what's people's normals, and then I'd have like
their
frequency, and it would be all automated. So my stylist,
happy birthday,
my stylist wouldn't have to do it. It would be automated. So you just put them in the system, and then like you would have auto follow up for your clients. So your clients would always be touched by you at all times.
You trying to have a bunch of hairstylists and barbers, bro, or what? It sounds like you're trying to build like the ultimate. Like, you don't even have to limit it to hair. Like you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
make like a creative spot like that.
Well, that's what I'm buying the warehouse.
There you go.
Maybe we'll put a hairstylist in there.
Right.
Dude, literally,
I'm already gonna be there in the office.
My warehouse is literally gonna have a gym.
Nice.
It's gonna have a sauna, cold plunge, a kitchen. I want to go there in the morning and leave at night and never have to leave.
Bro, that's the dream. I think everyone to some degree kind of wants their own little fantasy factory.
Yeah,
like
fantasy
that.
factory.
Yeah,
like
bro.
we're like it's okay. It's
mine's gonna have skate rails and stuff. So.
Yeah. So my buddy Zach like, hey, come train me. Okay, you're training 12. All right, cool. Like, are you ready to train? Yeah. Just walk down, go into the gym, train, shower, go straight back to work. Have the studios there. All right, cool. We're gonna shoot a podcast here. Be big enough to throw events there. It's all done on one roof.
Dude, awesome.
That's gonna be the goal.
I feel like there's people that have that already.
I don't know anyone that has.
Well, I don't
Not
know.
out here.
Not personally, but I'm just like, I don't mean to generalize, but like rich people,
Yeah.
like, their houses have everything. So
Well,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, why would you go out into civilization?
Well, exactly.
You
So
know, if you have everything under one roof.
So for me, and then anyone that works for me gets to use all those things, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine if it was like reverse? Like, hey, Alan's coming here and shooting at, or he's haircutting at on Tuesday. All right, everyone like roll through. Like everyone's getting cut on Tuesday by Alan. All right, cool. And
while they're waiting, they have all your amenities to play with.
Exactly.
Until it's their time in the chair.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's my idea.
I thought of something like that before, but man, you're dreaming big, Adam.
Bro, that's just a start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I mean, we probably need like at least 8,000 square feet. 5,000.
Are you gonna have investors and partners, or are you gonna take it all on yourself?
Me.
Woo.
Bro, that's why you think we're doing this.
All right.
That's the thing too. Is like,
oh man.
I mean,
so I'm gonna rent from you now.
Sure. My thing is like it's possible. Like I never thought this place was possible, and I fund this place of myself. If you would have told me 7 years ago that I would be paying, spending $20,000 a month to run a company, I'd be like, not a chance. And I only made 20 grand all last year. What are you talking about, perma? Like it's just it's like anything else I've learned, and let's see if you agree with this statement or not. It's like working out. It's like running. I'm training for a marathon right now. Right now, running 3 miles sucks because I've never ran. I haven't ran in a long time, so 3 miles sucks. But if I keep running 3 miles, then my body will get used to it. Then I'll go to 4. Then I'll go to 5. And next thing you know, 10, and then 15, and then 26 for the marathon. But I think it's the same thing with like stress and money and busyness. Yeah. It's like if you just sit around and do nothing all day, then any little bump in stress or bump in busyness, it's like, oh my God, I can't handle this. But then when it becomes like, we're doing this, your body just gets like, oh, this is what I do.
Yeah, one, you have to get over the fears of what you want to do. And then 2, you have to go through all those trial and error, those tribulations, those bumps and everything. I'll openly admit it. Like I'm guilty of some of those fears and those things. It's like you said, with the whole now money and later money, all that, like you have to go through all that stuff to get to the next.
The hard part is doing working on not now money is literally the hardest thing possible because it costs you money, it costs you time, and you're not seeing the benefit.
That's where you're in.
And you hope it works out so you see the benefit one day.
That's where you're at the mile and a half, mile 2, and you're, no, I want to stop. Like it's too much. Like no.
I know I'm nervous for this marathon. I'm not gonna lie.
That's good for you. I still want to do it. I never done one.
Me neither.
I did a 5K. That was it.
Did you?
Yeah.
So 3 miles?
Yeah, that's it.
You don't ever want to do more than that?
Bro, that was 100 pounds ago when I was running.
Yeah?
I used to run Mount Rubidoux all the time. Slender squad, man.
Slender squad when you're lifting when you're deadlifting all the time?
No, not even way before I even lifted weights. I don't know. I never told you this. I used to just run. It was a stick, dude. I was Forrest Gump. I was just running all the time. Never even lifted weights.
You just running?
Then I did the opposite. Then I fell in love lifting up weights. And then stopped running.
I have no desire to lift heavy.
Yeah,
like deadlifting a lot of weight for me just has no, or especially squatting. I squatting for me, like literally there could be like 135 on the bar. I'm like, oh my god, this feels like 1,000 pounds.
Nah,
squatting for me feels so heavy.
Okay, for me personally, the reason why I like to lift heavy is because I used to have back injuries from my previous job at UPS warehouse life, and when anything that I lift, I'm just like, dude, this is amazing. I'm not supposed to be lifting this, and you get addicted to the progress of like
lifting heavy
more and more and more. Yeah, until I had my wrist injury, I was planning on deadlifting 5 plates for 1 on January.
Oh wow!
But I know I still kind of want to, but it might take a while. Well, so lately I've just been only doing legs and pull and cardio.
Yeah,
I need to do more cardio, but I haven't done push lately
because the wrist hurts,
because of injuries. But that's just part of the game and everything.
It's crazy how easy it's get hurt now. Like my shoulder, like I totally know I need to go to the doctor and get an MRI on it, but I'm so worried they're gonna be like, "Oh, you have a small tear in there. We're gonna have to fix it." And it's like
I think a lot of us, I'm guilty of it too, that we ignore like the doctor because we know we're doing something we're not supposed to be doing. We don't want to hear the news.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can feel there's something wrong in there, but it's like not on a scale big enough to go get it fixed.
Would the cost outweigh the benefit of the surgery? Or
exactly.
Whatever,
and having a sling for 6 weeks or whatever. It's just not worth it to me.
Yeah.
Until it gets to the point where it's like actually painful, I'm just gonna let it ride.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Now that we're talking about fitness right now, who inspires you and motivates you? Obviously, motivation comes and goes, right?
Yeah.
But for me personally, it's not the fitness influencers or the magazine or none of that. It's, you know what it is? It's my clients in my chair, and I literally see them melt, and I'm like, oh shoot, like so and so is a dad or has a full-time career, and I'm just watching them get these gains and lose weight in my chair. I'm like, my clients motivate me.
Oh, to like who motivates me to stay in shape?
Yeah.
You know, it's not people. It's like I feel like I need task. Like I feel like there needs to be like a goal for me to hit to keep me on track to hit that goal. Like the marathon, I think is going to be something. And then after the marathon, like perfect out, like when I got shredded last year with Zach.
Yeah, I remember that.
It wasn't Zach that motivated me, but it was like us knowing that like at a certain time I had to take a photo for Zach's fitness program.
Yeah.
That Zach was relying on me to show that his program worked. So for me, it's like if I came in overweight and not looking good, I let him down. I took for granted his time and effort with me, and he was relying on me to look good, and I didn't look good. So for me, it's like, what is something that will not let someone down? Like for me, it's like me and my girl are running the marathon. Oh, she's running the half marathon, but I'm running the marathon. So it's like, okay, well, I got to train because I can't just, if she's training and then I bail on her and like, oh, I'm not going to run it, like I'm out, she'll be like, okay, well, like I'm running it. Like what the heck?
Sense of accountability.
Some type of accountability. Like I've learned accountability for me is like super big. Like I need someone to hold me accountable. I'm pretty accountable for myself. Like I will say I'm probably more than most. But like I have 10 rules next year that if I don't do them every single week, I have to put $250 into a jar. And then at the end of the year, like whatever's left in that money, me and my buddy my buddy James are doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever money he has in and whatever money I have mine in, like we have to donate to the other guy's charity.
Yeah.
So like good. I could lose $13,000 if I don't do what I said I'm gonna do.
Man, I might do that with my clients, because for me lately, it's just like eat whatever I want, go bang out some heavy weights and feel not guilty. I know I could clean up the diet a little bit, but I feel like if I put some sort of like money challenge wager accountability, like it would benefit everyone because then we'd all try to lose weight or get in shape.
Yeah, so for me,
it's gonna cost you actual
yeah,
money.
Like it could cost me a lot of money, man. It could cost me 13 G's.
Jesus.
So, but it's like mine's like get up at 5:30 every day, Monday through Friday, no alcohol, work out 5 days a week, read 70 pages a week. So it's kind of like 75 hard, but like not as intense because like 2 workouts a day for me, it's just too much. Like I could do it, but it's just not feasible. And I like drinking water, but 75 ounces a gallon a day, I'm peeing half the time. It's too much. Like, I could drink half a gallon and be perfectly
Bro,
fine.
I remember when you were doing that.
Dude,
you had to skip out in the middle of your haircut.
Yeah,
one time.
dude, it was so much, dude. It was intense.
Yeah, that's insane, dude.
So moving forward, man, what's you know, we try to make these podcasts about humping others. So if you're someone out there, like you were, when you were working at UPS, cutting hair in garages.
Oh yeah.
And now look at you now.
Oh man, I'm blessed.
What advice would you give someone if they're kind of in the same position you were?
Okay, starting from the beginning, same thing. I know we just talked about like taking breaks from social media and your mental health, but like, dude, blast all those platforms everywhere you go. I don't care if it's old school. Make stickers, make business cards, pass them out, and you'll sooner or later enough you'll be booked out. So your demand will go up, your price will go up, clients will fall off, you'll rebook new ones, and then you'll get to a point where you're like, man, what's the next chapter? Because my books are pretty full, you know. So yeah, that's what it is. If you're just starting out, do all content, all your work, blast the gram, you know.
As much, isn't it funny? It's what got you there. Then we stopped doing.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So appreciate you, man. How long have I been going to you? 3 years now? 4 years? 3.
2019. A little bit before 20, maybe even 2018.
Was it?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Let's just say 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
now.
4 years.
A whole college term.
Yeah. We're about to get my master's with you. Yeah, man. It's so interesting the people I talk to that like appreciate their barbers and the ones that don't. It's like it's like such a different thing. But I will say anyone who like respects and stays with their barber is always kind of more put together.
There you go.
Because it means a little bit more. Because it's like you don't want to roll the dice of something bad happening when you get your hair cut.
Absolutely, man.
So, Alan, appreciate you, buddy. Make sure you go.
You.
I mean, I would say go follow him, but he doesn't put out content. So
also, let me plug it. So it's @didbykid with underscores in between. Just, you know, love what you do and just keep at it. Keep on keeping on.
Not a boy.
All right.
Good way to end it, guys. Until next time. Peace.